Welcome all to NFL Pub Hub right here on Pub Sports Radio, Sunday's best show. We have an incredible group of cappers joining us today. Bobano, Spooner, Flash, Von Polo, Big Reggu, Billy, Brisbane, Sweaty, Butcher, and Kong's Clips will be joining us. Bobano and Spooner hitting first, second, are leading our group of 31 cappers right now, first and second, respectively, doing a hell of a job. And we have Von Polo making his season debut. We have Flash back in business coming to us from BetUS down in Costa Rica. We're pumped up. We're seeing the board clearly, although we have not got off to a great start this week. I am producing the show solo. Jose is still in Miami, so it's going to be a little touch and go here. Thank you to Victor for making the graphics. Unfortunately, today we won't have the records on screen, but I will tell you guys everybody's record here as we roll. So thank you guys for joining us. Justin McKelvey in the house. Stacks play today. Taylor and Achan. Rush and receiving Nick Gischel. We're only the full game total is 49.5. The live total in Berlin is 50.5. So I think we still have a chance of hitting this full game under, Nick. I think we got to stay positive here. The game slowed down. I know that first quarter was very high scoring, but it's slowed down a little bit, and hopefully that continues to happen here. In the second half, copy and pasting all the action here from cappers in the chat. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We got Gooey McDougal in the house. Trevor Lawrence over 14.5 rush. New York Giants team total over 20.5. Miami total field goals over 1.5. Curtis Berry, serious business. Gary Ferenc on the Saints plus 5.5. Big O gifting a Pub Sports Radio membership to bless our action as another Sunday here begins. We have Curtis Berry here ready to rock. Phil the Kill, Chill Will, Ronnie Lofton, Martez Denny, Wine Time Sports, Tyler Flowers, Agent Parlay, Vincent Hawkins, Be Here Now, Irish King. Thank you guys all for joining us. Mark Nick in the house, Flea Mathis, Man Bear Pig, Anthony Velez, Domo, Mike Doyle. Thank you guys for joining us. It is time to get right to work. Let me make sure that I've got this all ready to rock. Oh, this is not betting with the bag. Sorry. Let me make sure I've got all of this ready to rock for our first games. And we do. So without further ado, let's bring on our first guest coming off yet another winning week. Rocked with us for 8 different weeks. And 6 of them have been winning. Not only that, but the worst week he had was 4-5. Down 1.71 units. Spectacular work from our next guest. Currently ranked first out of 31 cappers. Also our Season 2 champion. We also have our inaugural champion, Season 1 champion, Big Reggu, joining us today. Our first guest is 55-31 plus 20.46 units, delivering the goods. Please welcome our guy star of the Hitting the Books YouTube channel, Ice Guys, and the NBA OG show, Mr. Ian Cameron, to the show. Bobano, how are you?
Let's keep it rolling, Jimmy. Let's go.
We start at 1 p.m. Eastern. Cleveland Browns 2-6, 0-4 on the road. The New York Jets 1-7, 0-5 at home. We're at MetLife Stadium, East Rutherford, New Jersey. Pretty healthy squads, although Quinn Williams and Sauce Gardner traded at the deadline from the Jets. The weather's pretty nice. I thought it was going to be a little worse. 62 Fahrenheit, mostly cloudy. There's possible light rain in the second half. We have 10-mile-per-hour winds. I had planned to be on this under. I thought the weather was going to be a little bit worse, and that was before the trade of the stars of the Jets defense. I'm still not against it. This look ahead was -2 for the Jets. It reemerged on Sunday night at -1. When word of the trades came out back on the 4th here, it moved to 2.5. It got down to 1.5 for a while, for 48 hours. So it moved back to the Jets. Now it's sitting here at a 2. It's not a real strong backing of the favorite at all. And we know the average loss for the Browns on the road is 20.3 points, but it is outdoors, and the Jets are clearly looking to the future. This total right now is a 37.5. I still think it's right around my wheelhouse. I could still move on it possibly, but I have yet to move on it, and I'm going to make this decision listening to everybody here in our chat and on screen. When we get to the cash flow for our first game on the board, we have 63% of the tickets on the Browns and 56% of the cash, 73% of tickets on the under and 69% of cash on the under. Ian Cameron, take it away, Browns Jets.
Well, here's the one thing about the Browns, because I don't love the weather forecast, or I would have been given out the over in this game. I bet the over early in the week, especially after they traded Williams and Sauce Gardner. But Cleveland's defense on the road, it's been a dichotomy of theirs for a couple of years now. They give up way more points, and they're not even close to as good as they've been at home on defense. I can't figure out why. This has been for years now. And you look at all their road performances, they've given up points. I don't know if that's going to happen today, though. My official play for this game is Cleveland. I like Cleveland here. I like them. I'll go money line here, minus 128 with the Cleveland Browns. I love betting against bad teams, the worst teams off a win. I love it. And the New York Jets, to me, off that win against Cincinnati, I don't trust them at all. That was just as much bad Bengals as it was good Jets in that victory 2 weeks ago. This is still a defense that's not very good, and now it's worse. And it's worse against the run. Quinnen Williams is good against the run, plays the run. And now you're going to deal with Quinshon Judkins. I think he's going to run like crazy, have a huge day on the ground against this beleaguered Jets defense. And the Jets' run defense, even with Quinnen Williams, wasn't very good. So I think Judkins has a big day running the football, takes some pressure off Dylan Gabriel, makes him more effective. And there's no chance in hell, even with Cleveland's greater struggles on defense on the road compared to at home, they're still way better than the Bengals on defense. And I do not see the Jets' offense coming close to doing what they did 2 weeks ago, and I think the Browns get the job done. So Browns money line, minus 128.
Browns money line, minus 128. Now, the weather is better than we thought it was going to be on Tuesday.
No doubt. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm still hesitant to try to get in under this low total. I'll still keep working on it here. Let's roll on to your next spot on the board, Saints Panthers. Now this is a total that I did menace within. I am on the first half under 20.5 and the full game under 40 here. Oh shoot, sorry. Oh, that's not right. God damn it. Okay, sorry. This is gonna.
Which game? Oh, New Orleans, Carolina.
Yeah,
that's
New
where
Orleans,
you're at.
Carolina,
Yeah. I was going to say that's the next game on my list here.
Yeah. And apologies here. And sorry, I'll be producing this on my own. I'll get that rolling better and be more prepared as we go forward. I mean, I certainly crushed the market move here, but I didn't crush it as fast as some people who attacked it in the first 2 hours. The line was available. It did go from 42.5 down to 40.5. I got in at that 40. Flat 40, so it wasn't perfect. Now it's a 38, so I like seeing all of that. When we get to the spread here for this spot, we have a 5.5, which, as we've seen over and over and over again, is a very fishy number when it doesn't go to 6. But this is different. This is a number that didn't go from 6.5 down to 4.5 or down to 5. So it does play very differently. The look ahead was 3.5, and it reemerged on Sunday night at 4. So this has moved now to 5.5. I was nervous about the number the whole time. I did move on Carolina double result, though, at plus 105. I wasn't going to let really anything get in the way of that. I don't really want to buy Carolina high, but the whole angle for me was the psychological situation of the Saints going on their bye week next week and wanting to get out of Dodge, a losing football team now here on the road, wanting to regroup. Maybe we want them when they're refreshed. But this is a fishy number here. 59% of tickets, 55% cash on Carolina, 82% of tickets, 83% cash on the under here. Take it away, Bobano, Bank of America Stadium, Charlotte, North Carolina. 73 Fahrenheit, partly sunny, 12 miles per hour. Take it away.
Yeah, maybe I pay the price for this, but with the NFL season I've had, I'm certainly going to trust my instincts and with how well things have gone. But I'm going to take New Orleans here in this spot. I look at this as Carolina's first favored for the first time all year by more than a field goal. When I watch them play, they still take a lot of penalties. They still turn the football over a lot. Their defense can be, gashed at times. Bryce Young has moments where he's really good and moments where he's awful. There's too much volatility in the Carolina Panthers, in my opinion, to trust them here as a 5.5 point home favorite. Coming off a win as a double-digit dog against Green Bay last week. And I had Carolina last week. Really liked them in that spot. Don't like them here. Don't like this price. And if anything for New Orleans, their last 2 losses, as ugly as they were, blown out by double digits, the Rams and the Bucs, okay? This is a step down from the Rams and the Bucs, in my opinion, Carolina here. I just don't trust Carolina laying significant points here going into this game. And if anything, Tyler Shuck, who now is going to have his second start, he's got a game under his belt. There should be a little bit of a greater level of comfort, precision, familiarity for him leading the offense here in this game. Not to mention the Panthers defense is not what the Rams and the Bucs defense is. So should be an easier matchup for Shuck to navigate. And I could see them being a pest here and hanging around from start to finish. So Saints for me, +5.5, -110.
So no concern about them going to Cancun.
I do. Well, they traded away Rashid Shaheed. That's a huge weapon, obviously.
I'm just solely going to Cancun tomorrow. That's all.
Bad team, losing. They've lost 4 in a row. A lot of them have been blowouts. Yeah, there's chance.
I would have been with you on
mentally checked.
I would have been with you on the Saints but maybe I can easily if you trust the coaching staff. If you trust Kellen Moore to have these, it's all about character.
Yeah.
When you're sitting here with this
is more Carolina as a 5-point favorite when they haven't been favored by more than the largest favorite they've been this year is 1-point favorite, and it was against the hapless, horrendous New York Jets weeks ago. I just can't do it. I'm willing to take a shot against them in this kind of a point spread roll.
Yeah, I don't like buying Carolina high by any means. What did you get on the Saints? What number?
+5.5, -110.
+5.5, -110. We roll on to the next spot here on the board for Bobano. Baltimore Ravens, Minnesota Vikings. This is a highly contentious game that you're going to hear a lot on this show. You're going to hear cappers on either side of the fence here. Ravens 3-5, 1-2 on the road, and completely healthy. I mean, obviously, Metabuike done for the year and things of that nature, but nobody on this injury report. This team is getting healthy at the right time. We have also our guy, Troy Torrance, bullish on the Baltimore Ravens. We have some questions coming in, Nordy. I will definitely ask Bobano that question here as well for you, my man. Great to see BT. Great to see everybody joining us. Big O, thank you again for that. Dono, my man, to bless our action. Let's get into the line history here for this one. We have, at this point here, Baltimore +4 now at -116. There are 4.5s on the board. This look ahead was 3.5, reemerged Sunday night at 3.5, went down to 3, and now we're sort of at a high water mark. Although the 4 at -116 was just a 4.5 at a pick'em, so maybe a tiny slight move back to the Vikings. This total is a 49. The look ahead was 46.5. It came out on Sunday night at 47, so this has climbed up to 49. We get to the cash flow here for Baltimore, Minnesota. 67% of the tickets, 76% of the cash on Baltimore, 51% of the tickets, and 60% of cash on the over. Ian Cameron, take it away.
Well, you guys knew an over was coming, Mr. Over here, and this is my first over the total here with Baltimore and Minnesota. 6 straight overs for the Minnesota Vikings. By the way, we'll go with over 48.5 -110. Over 48.5 -110 with this total. 6 straight overs for Minnesota. And you know what's funny about the 6-0 over run in their last 6 games? Some of these games they had Carson Wentz at quarterback. Some of these games they had a banged-up offensive line. And yet they still managed to go over the total. And now they have J.J. McCarthy back. From all indications, they're going to have Christian Darrisaw and Brian O'Neill on that offensive line, and that's huge. Obviously, if both of those guys play, they did last week against Detroit, and look at the difference they made. They kept Aiden Hutchinson. They kept that very good pass rush from Detroit at bay for a good stretch of that game last week. That's how big of a factor those two guys are. They make that offensive line so much better. Baltimore's defense is healthier, but let's not forget there's a defense. Buffalo ripped them apart. Kansas City ripped them apart. Against the better offenses, they've still had some issues. I think Minnesota can score here against Baltimore, but I think Baltimore's going to have a field day on offense against Minnesota. Minnesota's defense has not been good for weeks. They've been gashed repeatedly. Chargers put up a big number. Everybody's put up a big number, and their secondary's been torched in particular. So if Lamar, has precision throwing the ball, sometimes that can be an issue for him, but he's gotten better, in my opinion, with his throwing of the football. I think there's going to be plays to be made here against this Minnesota team. So no other issues, obviously. I think we see points, 48.5 will go over the total.
Over 48.5. For those of you watching the
Ravens, you know what I also have? Sorry, there's another official play. This is a parlay. I've got a rare 2-team money line parlay, and the first leg of that parlay is from this game, Baltimore. I'll reveal the second leg later.
I'm gonna guess that it's one of, because I have a rare 3-team parlay, and it starts with Baltimore as well. And I would predict that
I want to
next
ride
leg
this team. I just don't
be
want
one
to
of
lay
my
4.5 on the road. I'm more comfortable putting them in a money line piece on a parlay.
One thing for you guys to watch here is, since they traded for Gilman, since the Harbaugh brothers tried to fix the holes on their defense and did so with each team getting rewarded, it is unleashed Kyle Hamilton.
Yep.
He's not playing, he was off the line of scrimmage in the middle of the field, playing in space. It was not working. Now he's back, in the box 56.9% of the time, and he's been unleashed. And everything has changed with this defense. Since week 6, Ravens are 2nd in points allowed per game, 7th in EPA per play, 9th in success rate. Hamilton is being unleashed. Next spot on the board here for you is the Patriots Vikings.
Patriots Bucks.
Patriots Buccaneers spot here. Next spot on the board, Raymond James Stadium, 82 Fahrenheit, mostly cloudy, 8 mile per hour winds. The Bucks are without Godwin, running back Bucky Irving, and then outside linebackers Hassan Reddick and Marquise Watts. Gadecki is questionable. They're hoping that he was upgraded to fully practicing on Friday. He's expected to be in the lineup. Patriots without Booty, Kristen Ellis, linebacker, and running back Ramondre Stevenson. Let's get into the line history here. For Bobano on the next spot on the board here. We have a total at 48. This opened up at 48, got up to 48.5, came back to 48. And then this spread has been just lurking at 2.5 all week. The 2.5 is, which would looked ahead was minus 110, reemerged at minus 110 on Sunday night, has got up to minus 125. Right now it's at minus 121, but it's still a 2.5. And when we get to the cash flow here for this spot, 57% of the tickets, 57% of the cash on the Bucks, 54% of tickets on the over, 57% of cash on the over. In this game, I've just been kind of perplexed with. Take it away for us, Ian.
Yeah, this one I'm on the I'm gonna take the Bucks here. I am. I just like the spot too much with them coming off a bye. I know New England's playing great. I hate stepping in front. New England's been good to me. I've been on New England a bunch on this show, but I don't like. I think this could be the spot they get tripped up. Baker Mayfield and the Bucks with a chance to get a little bit healthier coming out of the bye week. They've played good at home, even though they've had some misfortune. The Philadelphia game, they've outplayed the Eagles on the box score. It was just that bad first quarter that did them in. So I will take Tampa here, minus 2.5, minus 110. Tampa minus 2.5, minus 110. This is another over for me. Over 47.5, minus 110. I like these two offenses. I trust these two offenses. Baker and Drake May, I think, can both exchange blows back and forth offensively. The defenses are solid for Tampa. They're capable, but I think with the way May and the offense are rolling, they're going to struggle here a bit. Not to mention New England's defense, while it's played well, they've faced a real weak group of offenses lately. The Titans, the Browns. There's been some real weak offenses in their recent schedule, in recent games. They faced Atlanta last week, and Michael Penix and the Falcons moved the ball pretty well against them. So I think they'll struggle here with Baker and the Bucks on the road. So I like that over as well, 47.5.
You are in business. Over 47.5, Tampa Bay minus 2.5. Our friend Jordy Nordman.
You can pass Giants and Bears. I'm no longer involved. I'm not for the show anyway. I had an over early in the week. It was on the card, but I can't do it with this wind. This wind is just too brutal there in Chicago.
Yeah, and I mean this was a clear over from an X's nose point, but the weather. That's why it dropped all the way down.
Both sides, and it's gonna be tough to throw. Like we're talking 30 miles per hour. I'm looking at it now. That's tough to throw in that.
Yes, and we will be talking about this game again here. So we're skipping now the Giants-Bears here. Just before we get into our next spot, Nordy has a decision on a survivor, whether to take the Panthers or the Bears. And I know you are on the Saints, so do you believe that the Bears would be a better spot here for Nordy?
Yes. This is another one where I bet the Bears -4 early in the week as well. But like I said, this game I don't want anything to do with it for making it official, making it strong enough to make the show. We've got such a great record. I don't want to dent it with something I'm not as in love with. So I lean Bears, I lean over, but I'm not getting involved for the show with it.
And if you were betting a survivor right now,
I like the Bears. Bears are a decent survivor pick because I think they're going to run the football. It's all about who's going to run the football effective in that game. And I think the Bears have a better chance of doing it than the Giants.
Let's move on to the next spot.
Giants' run game's been nil since Cam Scadaboo went down.
Well, they have enormous injuries too because their center John Michael Schmitz is out as well. We can go over all of that when we get to that spot. Let's talk about the next spot here on Bobano's board. Cardinals, Seahawks, Lumen Field, Seattle, Washington, 58 Fahrenheit, cloudy, 6 mile per hour winds. We have Max Melton, their cornerback, continues to be out. The problem is another cornerback, and Will Johnson is out as well. Linebackers, Mac Wilson and BJ Ojolari are out. So this is a pretty beat up squad. Now, Josh Jobe for the Seahawks is out, but they've been dealing with injuries to their secondary, and they're showing how incredible their defense is. Another big problem for their defense, though, today is Ernest Jones, who's so great, covering. He's such a great cover linebacker. We know he does a lot of things, but as a cover linebacker, he's phenomenal. He's doubtful. So there are issues here for the Seahawks. Those NFC West unders that I would bet nonstop, I'm not moving on at this point. They're very high, the much higher totals. It's just a little different. Seattle right now, -7 at -105. They opened up the look ahead was 6. It reemerged at 7, then dropped back to 6.5. Now we're back at 7. It's a pretty strong line here. I thought a lot about backing the Cardinals throughout the week. I didn't get there. This total's a 45.5. It opened, or the look ahead was 44.5. It reemerged at 43.5 and immediately went to 45.5 and to 46.5. That NFC West totals just never do that, but this year and of late, they are doing that. Here we have 72% of the tickets, 61% of cash on Seattle, 53% of tickets on the over, 51% cash on the over. Ian Cameron, take it away.
All right, so Seattle is the second leg of my parlay. Seattle. So we got Baltimore, and so you can lock this in now. Baltimore and Seattle, money line parlay, -112. Baltimore.
Wow, so I was wrong because my additions of the parlay is the sorry, let me just grab it here to make sure. Lions and Rams. Lions and Rams. Ravens, Lions, Rams +174. But keep going, my man.
And also over 45 -1. Actually, over 44.5 -115 is the number I got here for this game. So there you go. Along with that Seattle money line parlay piece. Normally, I don't love Seattle in the spots like this, right? You're coming off a blowout win on the road on Sunday Night Football. You're coming back home. You're laying a big number. That's why I'm on the parlay money line, because I don't know if I want to lay 7. But it's not a good spot for Arizona either. They played Dallas Monday night, short week for them. And Brissett's been good, but Brissett's faced one weak defense after another, really, since he's come in as the starter. Dallas's defense, Indy's defense isn't great. Green Bay is a little overrated on that side of the ball. You can make a case Seattle's the best defense he's played, and now on the road in that loud environment, this could be a spot for Jacoby Brissett to kind of look like a journeyman backup quarterback this time around, instead of a pretty competent starter the way he's looked the last few weeks. So, like I said, I like Seattle to win this game. Don't know if I'm crazy about laying 7 with them, but I like them in the money line parlay piece. I think Seattle's offense will move it on Arizona. I just don't trust this Arizona defense. Sam Darnold and that Jackson Smith and Jigba. Torrey Horton's all of a sudden breaking out. They added to it with the Shaheed trade. I mean, it's just that's going to be a damn good offense moving forward as long as Darnold keeps playing like he is. So I think that game can get over the total as well.
You are in business. Our next spot on the board, we head to Landover, Maryland. Nice weather there, 65 Fahrenheit, mostly cloudy, 8 mile per hour winds. Lions 2-2 on the road, but certainly smarting after that loss at home to the Vikings. The Commanders are possibly in a free fall. We have for the Lions, Kirby Joseph, defensive lineman Pat O'Connor ruled out. Josh Paschal and offensive lineman Miles Fraser ruled out as well. Taylor Decker expecting to be out there. So is Dan Skipper, 2 very important offensive tackles at this point. Of course, Jaden Daniels out and going to be out for an extended period. They also have safety Quan Martin and safety Tyler Owens questionable, but we think that they should be in the lineup. Let's get to this line history here. We have this total at 49. The look ahead was 51.5. Now that was with Jaden Daniels at quarterback. It reemerges on Monday morning at 49.5. It's dropped a half point to 49. From a spread standpoint here, we have Washington +8. This got the look ahead was 3.5, of course, with Daniels. It reemerges Monday morning at 9. This got up this never got up to 9.5. This is now at a flat 8. So we've moved a point towards Washington, but this is an angry Lions squad, of course, playing outside. 89% of the tickets, 91% of cash on the Detroit Lions. Extremely public. FanDuel has moved this to 7.5, and so is Circa. And so is Caesars. Wow. This 74% of tickets on the under, 63% cash on the over. Ian Cameron, take it away.
Yeah, I'm a little bit leery of the fact this is looking like a pretty damn public spot now with Detroit. I have to bet it, though. I mean, this team is just so freaking phenomenal off a loss. I mean, going back to November 2022, Dan Campbell and the Detroit Lions are 12-0 straight up and against the spread off a loss. They've just been incredible off a bad game, a defeat like the one they suffered against Minnesota. And this Washington team is decimated, beleaguered, injury-riddled. They look like they showed signs of quit last week against Seattle. They're 0-4 straight up, 0-4 against the spread. The Lions could absolutely pound them here in this game if they are, and they should be motivated to, because they got their season ended by the Washington Commanders in the NFC divisional playoff. Everything was set up perfectly for Detroit. Home field throughout, all the way to the Super Bowl, number 1 seed, winning the NFC North, and it was just uprooted just by one loss against Washington. This is a spot, too, where if Detroit's up by a touchdown, they may not show mercy. They may punch it in late, and that's not normally something you always see in the NFL, but I think this could get ugly once again for Washington. There's just way too much key personnel out for them. Detroit off a loss has been phenomenal. So I'm going to double up here. Detroit -7, -112, and give me that Detroit double result as well, -135.
Lions double at -135. You are in business. Final spot on the board for our season 1 leader and season 2 champion, Rams 49ers, Levi Stadium, Santa Clara, California. Warm out west when it's getting cold. We have snow here, cold out here. 77 Fahrenheit, mostly cloudy, 3-mile-per-hour winds. Rams are a healthy group. With those of us who have heavy investments on their futures are hoping that stays this way. The Niners are the exact opposite. It is Mac Jones starting. Purdy is going to be dressed. Pearsall going to be dressed, but not starting with the turf, though. Pearsall ruled out. Mikael Williams out for the season with a torn ACL. I mean, it just keeps getting worse and worse. They are hoping that D. Winters is out there, praying that D. Winters is out there, because this is a decimated 49ers football team. Let's get to, I mean, we haven't talked, of course, the people who are out for the season, like Bosa and Warner, but this is just a decimated group. Let's get to the line history here. We have the Rams -6. I got a -3. So does Troy. Now, it did cost. I wasn't as early as some could have been. You could have got this at a flat 3. I did pay for the 3. But we're now looking at a 6, a big move towards the Rams. We all know what happened the last time these teams met up. Thursday, October 2nd or 3rd. I can't remember which day, but
I remember. I think I mentioned the Niners as a play on that Thursday night game when nobody wanted them and they were banged up and they were getting 8 and they won outright. Yeah,
they won outright. It was extremely impressive. Here's another total that is just insane. If you watch these teams play for years, I have a complete vividness bias of catching unders. I lost on the under in that San Francisco-LA game at the beginning of October. This opens up at 49. We're used to 44s going down to 42. Now we're at a 49.5. When we get to the cash flow for Ian's final game of his slate, we have 58% of tickets, 69% of cash on the Rams, 58% of tickets, 57% of cash on the under. Ian Cameron, take it away.
I'm trying to figure out, because I have the over and I have the Rams team total over. Which one do I want? I don't want to double up on both. I think I'm going to go Rams team total. I feel a little bit better about that one. I think they'll shred San Francisco here, quite honestly. You know, it's the revenge spot. The Rams offense is rolling right now. Now, it has been the last couple of weeks against, New Orleans and Jacksonville. I get it. But this San Francisco defense just gave up 24 points to the Giants. I don't think they played that great last week. They gave up 26 to Stroud and the Texans, who had offensive futility and red zone issues and O-line issues all year. I think the Rams can get to 28 here, and that's what we need for this team total to cash. Not to mention Bosa, Warner. Is Bryce Huff going to play? Because I was seeing Bryce Huff might be out too for San Francisco. That's another pass rusher that's down if he doesn't play for them in this game. So, like I said, and that's not good. If you don't get pressure on Matt Stafford, we've seen it. He can still kill you and shred you if you're not going to get after him. So I think I feel better about the Rams team total. I think the Niners can chip in enough for the full game over, but I'm not doubling up for the show. I'm just going to go with that Rams team total, Jimmy, over 27.5 -105.
And Bryce Huff is in.
He's in? Okay.
Yeah, that was
Thank goodness for them, because if
off
they're
of
missing
the
him
injury
too,
report.
holy mackerel. Who's going to get after the Stafford?
Rams team total over 27.5 minus 110. Is that right?
Yep.
Bobano on the Rams team total over 27.5 minus 110. Lions minus 7. Lions double result minus 135. The over 44.5 in the Arizona Seattle. Tampa Bay minus 2.5 and the over 47.5 in New England Tampa Bay. Baltimore Seattle money line parlay at minus 112. As well as the over 48.5 in Baltimore, Minnesota. Saints plus 5.5 and the Browns money line for Ian Cameron. 6 of these 8 weeks he has won. He's not had a show down more than 1.71 units, sitting plus 20.46 units, 55 and 31 on the season. Incredible work, Ian. My man, thank you so much for rocking with us. Tell us what's going on the week ahead. Ice Guys, NBA OG show, and of course, Hitting the Books YouTube channel.
No doubt. Yeah, we got the Ice Guys 7 days a week. NHL with me and Alex B. Smith. Make sure you check that out. NBA OG Crew Betting Show, Monday to Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. Me, Ski, Dutch, and Wham. And, of course, Connor Mack and yours truly. College football Hitting the Books, Mondays, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. And now we do college basketball as well, Tuesday and or Thursday, 1 day show a week, 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific. We have members-only shows for members of our Hitting the Books channel, Wednesdays and Fridays at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific. So, again, thanks for all the support, for the content, for not just me, but Jimmy, everyone. For all you guys tuning in, we thank you. Can't thank you enough. Have a great Sunday. Cash some tickets. Hit the like button, everyone watching. Jimmy, good luck to you. And I promise, early to mid-December, we're going to make an appearance again on the Monday night stream. We're going to let this crazy hectic period pass first. And then once we get to December, I'll make a couple of appearances on the Monday night live streams later in the year. So good stuff, Jimmy. Good luck. We'll see you Thursday.
There he is, Ian Cameron in the house here. Let's bring on our next guest, currently ranked second, 15-9 plus 4.78 units here, delivering the goods. Please welcome star of Pub Sports Radio and the Sauce Network, Morgan Spooner in the house. Spoon Dog, what's happening, man? How are you?
What's up, Jimmy? I'm doing really well. I got a huge Sunday in front of me. Ton of action going on today between college basketball and NFL. I'm excited to get after it. I can just feel that 1 o'clock window ticking in at me.
I'm pumped up. I'm pumped up as well. Your first spot on the board is one we've already set up. The under is still within my grasp of a possible bet here. I have an hour and 25 minutes to make it, to rock it, but it's still close. So do touch on the total if you don't mind. I know you're focusing on the side. We've already set this one up, Spooner. Take it away, Browns Jets.
Yeah. If you're looking at this total, the book I like to track opened this 37. It immediately went up to 38. Now it's sitting at a 37.5. The over's minus 105, and it's juiced to the under at 115. Not a huge tell from the market on that. It seems like money's been on the under the entire time that I looked. Just looking at it right now, 73% of the tickets on the under, 70% of the cash on the under. That makes a lot of sense to me. These are two really bad offenses. If you want to say anything good about the New York Jets team, it's probably going to be on the defensive side, even with Sauce Gardner leaving this team. And the same thing rings true for the Cleveland Browns. Honestly, I think you could pick any of the top 10 NCAA football teams right now, insert their offense with this Cleveland Browns defense on it, and they'd be favored by more than 3 points versus this Jets team right now. That's just how good the defense is. I think they could probably outscore the entire Jets team in this game. I like this under. 37 is just a low number. NFL, like if we look around the board, you don't see a lot of 37s out there. You see 50s, 48s, 45s, 49s. Even with good defenses, maybe they find a way to get some special teams and stuff. I'd probably lean over with just such a low total, all the cash coming in on the under all week, and they just really haven't done anything as far as moving to the under. Are you trying to get on that under, Jimmy?
I am trying to get under, and I feel like that initial move to the over is solely predicated on the trades being made. I don't think it had anything to do with sharp money or anything. I think it's just been sitting there at this low number.
Terrible offenses, both sides of the football. Really hard to make a compelling argument to say this sails over or anything. It's just such a low number. Shout out everybody in the chat. Rod Z, POD 10 star Browns team total under 19.5. forget what the stars mean, but I think that's a lot of money.
10, yeah, it means 10 unit play here for Rod Zawacki. Spooner, take it away. What is your bet here in Browns Jets?
I got to be on the Cleveland Browns. I got the -2. I sprinkled a little on the -1.5 too. It was available, just a little bit more juiced. I'm going to make the -2, -110 official. I think this is a better football team. This offense is where all the question marks lie. And you look at some of the defenses they matched up against, I think they're better than what the Jets have right now. I think the Cleveland Browns defense is going to continuously put this offense in a situation where they can do something with the football. And I think throughout the course of 4 quarters, this defense will make it possible to get points on the board. I don't think Cleveland's offense is going to go out there, score more than 2 touchdowns today, but I do think they can get 1 or 2 touchdowns up on the board. And I think the field position battle is just going to be over and over again, won by the Browns. Not the greatest weather. I just 2 very terrible teams. I'm not sure the Jets win another game this year, Jimmy.
I know I need them to win at least one because I have the Saints to have the worst record in the NFL. Now that'll be covered with the under 4.5 because that was a plus money. So everything's fine, but I would like the Jets to win maybe 1 or 2 more. We have Spooner hitting the Browns -2 and -110, which takes us to the next spot on the board for Morgan. New York Giants and Chicago Bears, Soldier Field in Chicago, Illinois. Now we were setting this one up, but Bomano got cold feet with making his over official, and I completely get it. We talked about this on the show on Tuesday, Bankroll Blitz. Now, the Bears have gone from 3.5 to 4.5. And I ended up using them in the contest, which I wasn't planning on doing. I made a last-minute change. This total all the way down to 45.5. Remember, this got up really high. Well, not that high. Not nearly as high as it should have been. I mean, we just watched 89 points scored in the last Bears game, and how many were scored in the Giants-Niners game? Up close to 60. But it's all weather related. This is down to 45.5 right now, so a big move towards the under on this total. I still couldn't get there with the ineptness of both defenses, but I probably should have. It was clear that it was a sharp move. 59% of tickets, 65% of cash on the Bears, 59% of the tickets, and 70% of cash on the under. Pretty bullish spot here. But I can't wait to hear your breakdown. Spooner, take it away.
Yeah, this is a really buy high spot on the Bears, in my opinion. They've won 4 of 5. Their only loss recently coming to that Ravens team, who just getting healthy. It's a really tough matchup. I think you're getting a great deal on the New York Giants right here. The Bears just scored 47 points last week. The weather's terrible. The Chicago Bears are not coming out here. They're not scoring. I don't think they're going to break 20 points this week. This is going to be a very low scoring game. I have the New York Giants plus 4.5 here. You mentioned about the move in the market from 3.5 to 4.5. All the cash, all the tickets have been on the Bears all week. It's sitting at 65% of the cash right now. We've talked about this in past weeks, how there's certain numbers that I value more. If it goes from 2.5 to 3.5, that's a really strong move in my opinion. If it goes from 6.5 to 7.5, strong move. If you cross that 9.5 to 10.5, it's a really strong move. But when you're in between key numbers like 3, 7, the point moves don't mean that much to me, especially when we're looking here at Circa, where we moved from 3.5 to 4.5 this week. And that was with 85% of the tickets, 80% of the cash on Chicago. That's how the splits have been at that book all week. That's the sharpest book in the land, in my opinion, as far as the legal books go. And they know how to handle their money. They haven't moved this. They haven't flirted with touching a higher number, getting even close to 5.5 or 6. I think this is a clear indication there's not going to be a ton of points in this game. And can the Giants be effective with the football? I think there's a lot of excitement around Jackson Dart and all the injuries. There's a really good chance to buy low with the New York Giants. They don't have their best wide receiver. They don't have their best running back, but they showed us last week that they're still committed to that running game. And they can get that running game going against the banged up Chicago Bears defense. Shitty weather. I think it's going to put Jackson Dart in a lot of good positions. That play action that opens up so much with him. He can run with the football. He can pass the football. And the New York Giants still have weapons in the passing game. I just think this is a spot where the Giants are very live to win this football game. And whoever wins this football game, I think it's going to be by a field goal or less. So I think that 4.5 is going to be very valuable. I think the books are telling you that by moving the total down. Not doing a ton with the spread, but they never moved this number up. I really like the Giants a lot today. I love that the cash has been on the Bears all week, and they haven't really done anything with key numbers. So that's where I sit with this football game.
Giants plus 4.5 for Morgan. I'm still interested in this under. It's a pretty bullish move by the market, but we have the 30th ranked run defense from the Giants, the 20th ranked rush defense from the Bears. I mean, that 47 might be key. I'm still interested in it.
The Bears did give up 42 points last week.
Oh, yeah, they sure did. But much different situation, I believe, than this one. But we talked about the amount of points that were scored in those two games, which the opening line made no sense, but it was weather related. I probably should have moved on this on Tuesday at 47.5 there. Let's roll on to our next spot on the board for Morgan. We've already set this one up. Patriots, Buccaneers, Raymond James Stadium, Tampa, Florida. Take it away.
Tampa Bay and New England. I think everybody's really fallen in love with this New England Patriots team. It's the first time you can kind of like the Patriots basically in my lifetime. Since Brady's been there, I mean, it's been impossible to even kind of like that team. They're on a hot streak. What have they won? 5 games in a row now? It's obviously a buy high spot in the New England Patriots, and I believe it's a buy low spot on the Bucs. This team's obviously been banged up by injuries recently. Still missing some of their best wide receivers, but they do have a Mecca Buka. They still have some really good tight ends to pass the football to. This is a spot to me where I can only be on the Tampa Bay Bucs. I think this number is largely affected by recency bias. I think the 2.5 should be 3.5 completely. I see the number on the board as a 3.5. There's still 2.5s out there. They're a little juiced at this point, but I got the Tampa Bay Bucs minus 2.5, minus 110. You just look at the teams the Patriots have played recently: Atlanta, Cleveland, Tennessee, New Orleans. These are not good football teams. They're terrible football teams. And you look where the Bucs have been at while facing injury. They got beat up by the Detroit Lions. That's the freshest thing in my memory when I think about the Tampa Bay Bucs was that game. They were just non-competitive versus a football team that I would expect them to be competitive against. And sure, they beat up on New Orleans, but then they had a bye week, get a little bit healthier. I think this is a really good spot for them. Obviously, New England's defense looks good when you're playing the Atlanta offense, the Cleveland offense, Tennessee's offense. I think Baker Mayfield's going to be able to pick the secondary apart. I think it's going to be a lot of points on the board for Tampa Bay. I think that recency bias number really is affecting this. This is something that probably should have opened 4.5, in my opinion. If we move this back a couple weeks, kind of change the results of a couple games, I don't even think that's a hard argument to make, but I think there's a ton of value here with this 2.5. I like that it's starting to move this way. When we're in a close game towards the end of it, and we have Drake May on the field and we have Baker Mayfield, I know which quarterback that I want my money on.
You are in business here with the Buccaneers, which takes us to our Sunday nighter. SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. Steelers, Chargers. This has become a very interesting game for our live stream tonight. My pops has sent in 200 on the money line, 200 on the spread on the Steelers, and I have not sent it in. I've not individually bet the Chargers. Now, obviously, I have some interest in their success here. I do think that while Joe Alt is out, and that will affect things an enormous amount, that there has to be recency bias involved watching the Chargers, who lose Alt in the first quarter, not look good against Tennessee, and the Steelers beat the Colts at home. Maybe that looks a little less impressive after what the Colts are doing in Berlin right now. We have a total that's a 44.5. Look ahead was 46.5. Reemerged on Sunday night at 45.5. So we've dropped a point there. And on the point spread here, we have these Chargers minus 2.5 at minus 120. I do see a 3 at minus 102. This did open at a 3. And Pops has the 3 at plus 1. Minus 110. 55% of tickets, 59% of cash on the Steelers, 68% of tickets on the under, 76% of cash on the over. Bobby Hart is out as well, another offensive tackle. Tarheeb still, cornerback, is out. Now, they did make an important trade to bring in a a lineman who has okay numbers for the Saints. For the Steelers, Scotty Miller, a wide receiver, out with a finger injury. Safety Jabril Peppers out from that aging secondary for the Steelers. Cole Holcomb is sick. Is sick, so he's out. That's a loss at linebacker. And Isaac Sumalo with the pec is out as well. Take it away, my man Spooner.
Yeah, this is a really interesting Sunday night football game. Obviously, there's a common recent opponent for both of these teams, the Indianapolis Colts. The Steelers just faced them last week overseas, as you mentioned. 27-20 victory for Pittsburgh. Great game for the Steelers all around. And when this Chargers team just faced this Colts team a few weeks ago, it was 38-24. Became a little bit non-competitive there towards the end. The Chargers football team had been a little bit of a wagon to just bet against ATS on the spread there. That's why your dad's still riding it. That the last loss I took them was with Minnesota, that 37-10 victory. The Chargers showed a lot of heart in that game. Obviously, Joe Alt was still playing, so a little bit of a different football team. But I think this football team is set up in a spot where we have a little bit of value with them to bet on them for the first time this season. I struggled going back and forth because I've enjoyed baiting this Chargers team all year, but seeing the tickets, the cash on the Pittsburgh Steelers, this number opening up in between the key numbers. Obviously, we haven't gone over that 3 or anything with the Chargers, but I think that's because everybody likes the Steelers. When you see that common opponent recently, you're like, wow, the Steelers just beat that team and the Chargers just lost to them. Obviously, the Steelers are going to come in here and win. Now, there's that home road dichotomy that kind of gets put into this, so the Chargers do get some points put in there. But I just think it's so easy to get to the Pittsburgh Steelers here, and I think that's why the tickets, the cash are on them. I'm glad to be on the Los Angeles Chargers for the first time this season. I think this is a spot where they find a way to win by more than a touchdown, to be honest. Should be a good Sunday night football game. I'm looking forward to it. I struggled with this game a little bit earlier in the week, but just seeing that cash and everything come in on Pittsburgh the way I thought it should with the public sentiment in recent weeks makes a lot of sense to me, especially the injuries the Chargers are facing. I think this is a great spot to finally get on the Chargers.
I do too. And, Dougie Y is missing their tackles. Bringing in Trevor Penning is a very, very big deal. Now, you shouldn't be, but when you lose Alt, you bring in Penning, it gives you options here. So
and a chance for Penning to step up, like psychologically, going from one of the worst football teams in all of football to a contending football team. It's got to be just such a breath of fresh air.
It's big. There's no doubt about it that he's going to be excited to be there. And again, you may have sites, Dougie Weiss, that say the Chargers are public. Every single site I have has Steelers very public. We have Steelers 67% of the tickets, 68% of the cash. These are sites that cost money. Not that we need to believe them like they're, but another site, Odds Logic, which is the gold standard, 55% of the tickets, 59% of cash on Steelers. There's not one place, not one site, not anywhere that I've seen that says the Chargers are public. Let's get to the final spot on the board here for our guy Morgan Spooner. It is Monday night action here. Eagles, Packers, Lambeau Field, Green Bay, Wisconsin, 28 Fahrenheit, mostly cloudy, 5-mile-per-hour winds. I am on the first half under, which I love very, very much. First half, might be my favorite bet of the entire card, honestly. We have the Monday Nighter here at a pick'em. Green Bay opened up at the look ahead was -3. It reemerged at 2.5. So to see this as a pick'em is a huge, huge move towards Philadelphia. From a total side of things here, we have the 45.5. It's not really been moving. Look ahead was 45, reemerged at 44.5, got up to 46 at one point. Now we're sitting at 45.5. Just first half under for me. And cash flow wise here, I don't have it up here. Actually, I'll pull it up from action here instead of flipping this over. For this, we have, if we are to believe this, 85% of the tickets and 90% of the cash, according to Action Network, on the Eagles. That's on the spread. So let's go to the money line. Same deal, 79% of tickets, 83% cash on the Eagles. And on the total here, we have 45% of tickets, but 88% cash on the over. If I cash the first half under, I'm going to look for a live over. Take it away for us here, Spooner.
Yeah, I don't love seeing the tickets all over the Philadelphia Eagles and the cash on them. But this is a Philadelphia Eagles team that I have a lot of respect for. Obviously, this line opened 2.5, has come down to 1. I'm on the money line at plus money. I believe it's plus 105 here. Philadelphia is coming off a bye week. I think this is a great situation for a lot of football teams, especially football teams that we expect to be successful on the season. And I think a lot of people expect that from this Philadelphia Eagles team. There's been a lot of questions in the offense, trying to get all the mouths fed at the same time, make everybody happy and have them be successful. But I just don't think this Green Bay football team is that good. Obviously, we saw last week 16-13 loss to a bad Panthers team. You can say that Panthers defense is really, really good, and that's why they only put up 13 points. But I think this Eagles defense is really good as well. Didn't look great versus the New York Giants, giving up 20 points. But I think as the second half of the season comes around, we're going to see this Philadelphia Eagles team kind of shape up into playoff form. And this is a big game for them. Coming off a bye, I think this is a situation where getting rid of the points, just taking the team to win the game is important. I think Philadelphia walks away with this game on Monday Night Football. This market's going to change a lot between right now and what we see walking into the game. I think the Packers opening up -2.5. They're down to -1 at Sharp Books. This total opened 45, got down to 44, came up to 46, and back at 45.5 right now. Everybody on the over. There's a lot of people that think there's going to be a lot of points scored. Money's going to come back in on Green Bay. We'll see what happens with the line, but I really think Philadelphia wins this football game. Market's very interesting, but it's going to be a lot changing between then and now.
You are in business here. See, Dougie Wise, it's so fun because I look at this line, briskly moving away from the Packers. I think this line is begging for Packers money, which I imagine that they'll get. But don't you think if they were begging for Eagles money, this would be a +3? But, we can look at it differently.
So the begging part changes once you start moving the number. Like you can beg for something and you get that money to come in and then you don't change the number. If you're the book and you're confident, that's what you do. But if you're supposedly begging for it and then you get a bunch of cash on it and then you move the line 1.5, that means you respect the cash that came in. It's all about cause and effect, and you got to look at some of that.
I agree completely. The Eagles are public, no doubt about that, Dougie Wise, but the books are concerned and have moved the line. So Eagles money line here Dougie Wise, who's right about winning the game, but I don't think there's a question about who's right about what the books are concerned about. Eagles money line here for our guy Spooner. Chargers -2.5, Buccaneers -2.5, Giants +4.5, Browns -2 for Morgan Spooner. I popped his X handle here in the chat. Spooner, thank you for rocking with us, my man. Continue your great work here on Pub Sports Radio and the Sauce Network. Thank you for rocking with us, man. Any last words for the Cappers supporting the show?
No, just good luck today. I'm on the Catamounts -3.5, Texas A&M -2, Indiana -2, and North Texas money line. That North Texas money line is plus money right now. It's one of my favorite plays of the day. Good luck today, everybody. Get that cash.
Our guy, Morgan Spooner, in the house. Thank you for rocking with us, Morgan, my man. Like you guys are asking, why haven't they moved to a favorite? Look, this line opened up with the Eagles at +130. They've gone from +125 to 120 to 116 to 113 to 112 to 110 to 105. What do you guys call that? I mean, it's pretty simple here, what the books are concerned about, but it's still at a pick 'em. So the game is still, up in the air without a doubt. And the public is certainly on the Eagles. Let's bring on our next guest, joining us from BetUS down in Costa Rica. Love capping with this gentleman. He joined us on week 7. He went 2-2, looking to get into the black here. He's sitting at even 0.0 units, looking to get into the black, a place where he spends most of his life getting that cash. Please welcome our friend Flash in the house. Flash, how are you, my man?
Yeah, I'm good, James. I'm glad you didn't call me last week. I went 0-6 for about 9 units.
Jesus.
Honest to God, if I picked heads, it came up tails. If I picked heads and tails, it stuck in the mud sideways. Honestly, it was an unbelievably bad week. So thanks for that. Get rid of the negative juju. Let's clean up because I think there's some wonky lines.
Yes, and we're going to hear a different side of the story in Ravens Vikings right now, Flash, and I'm looking forward to hear this breakdown. You are going heads up with Troy Torrance on this, and I'm all ears. Take it away, Ravens Vikings.
Yeah, so impressed with the Vikings last time out against the Lions. I thought they were hungry. I think they were enjoying being disruptive. I think they were blitz happy, and it was a different face. It was a different attitude, and I just feel as if they're going to grow from there. I mean, that's probably, they've been hard done by with certain injuries. And then they come and get together, and the game plan that they had was just absolutely brilliant. Now, on the opposite side, I mean, they're getting +4, right? I know you see +4.5, +4. Against who? Because the thing is, I know you say, oh, they've been banged up, but the D of the Ravens has been absolutely shocking, has not stopped anybody. And now you're at home field. I just see that it should be a pick 'em. So I've got the points. I've also gone with the Vikings +10 in a 6-point teaser. And I think the Vikings are live. If I get beat in the Vikings, I think it's only going to be by 3. So more than happy with the 3.5. The 4 is a bonus. I think the Vikings are feel good. And I think they're going to be blitz happy today at home. Put the Ravens on the back foot. I just think that the number's too good to turn up for a home side who are absolutely buzzing with their last performance.
So we're going to take this +4.5 that's available right now.
No, I'd like +3.5, to be honest. I think it's, I'm happy. I'm going money line as well.
That's
cool.
You know what I mean? So that's +3.5 at +115. We'll get you started.
We've got to get some plus units because I hit the post last time.
And so then do you want the Vikings money line as well, +194?
Oh, yeah, definitely want that.
Okay, so +194. And then we have a 10.5 for teasers for the 6-point teasers.
Yeah. I want you to put them in. Obviously, I didn't tell you about that, but I want you to put that in with the Lions -1.5. I know we're not covering that game, but I definitely want to be on the Lions like -1.5 or -2, whatever it is.
Yeah, no, it's 1.5 at this point. We'll see if that might go down to a 1. You are in business, Flash, and I did touch on this defense. What's happened with the Ravens defense, and I'm so interested to see this game because KOC is a brilliant mind, and he can. I'm just so interested to see if this Ravens defense holds up. But what we've seen is since the Gilman trade, and they had the help of the bye. So this is since week 6. Since week 6, we have a defense that's 2nd in points allowed per game, 7th in EPA per play, 9th in success rate. Now, I know they got torched all early in the year, but this will be a very telltale sign of what kind of Ravens defense we have on the road at US Bank Stadium. We have Flash on the Vikings money line, Vikings +3.5, +115, Vikings +10.5 in a teaser. We move on to the next spot on the board. Patriots, Buccaneers, Raymond James Stadium. So you are the third capper to talk about this game, and it seems like the three of you are all in alignment. Flash, take it away.
Yeah, I think this is the major test for Drake May. Obviously, Stevenson being out, he's not going to be able to break it up. I think they've become predictable. And the other thing about the Bucs is on D is they love to set traps. They love you to go and throw the ball. They love to play on the front foot. This is probably the best test outside, obviously, the Bills, who were very, very average. But let's take nothing away from Drake May or the Patriots because they've been balanced and they've just basically played free fall. They've just basically been like the whole wave has been positive. But going into Tampa and it's under a field goal, I think Tampa win this game, and I think Drake May will throw interception, maybe even 2. I think they're going to be too predictable, and I think there's a little bit of a gulf in between the Bucs and the Patriots. I see the Bucs winning this. I've done them in a money line parlay as well with the Rams, but in this, I'm more than happy. -2.5 Tampa. I thought the 48 could be in danger, but there again, I think the Bucs could put a number so that it was either the Bucs team total or it was going over or the 2.5. And I just said I think Tampa Bay win this game by more than 2.5.
Buccaneers -2.5 at -115 here for Flash. And did you want to add that money line parlay?
Yeah, I'm happy. Yeah, but I mean, if you can add that, I'm going Babano style, and I had 20 units for the Babano. Yeah, I'm more than happy to go with the Bucs and the Rams.
Okay, I will. The Bucs Rams money line parlay as we speak is plus 133.
Love that.
Plus 133 for a Bucks Rams money line parlay. We move on to the final spot on the board for Flash, and that takes us to Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, California. Again, we've already set up, so take it away, Rams, Niners.
Yeah, I'm all over the Rams. As you know, every time we speak, I'm all over the Rams this year. I think they are the most balanced football team on both conferences. I think they're unbelievable. I think Stafford throws 4 touchdowns. So that's the way I'm going. Over 27.5 team total. I think the 49ers, I think they're going to struggle. I really do. Remember, this is also a revenge spot. I'm not really into that in sport, but the Rams should have beaten the 49ers last time up if it wasn't for their kicker just not aiming in the right direction. And I think the Rams are healthy. I think that Stafford is MVP material. I think there's only maybe 2 or 3 in the question, and he is certainly in that conversation. Rams for me, I think they are absolutely outstanding on both sides of the ball, whereas the 49ers will stutter. Mac Jones back there, he's done okay. But coming up against this Rams D, and the Rams has moved, I think, from like 3.5 to 6. So for me, I want to be with the Rams all day. I think they scored 28 and the total's only at 27.5.
You are in business here. I'm going to line shop and find the best line available for the 27.5. I was very sharp offshore. It's only hanging at 26.5, but at minus 149 and not allowing anybody to bet anything different, which is appealing.
Well, I thought you gave it to Babano as well earlier.
The Rams, yes, the Rams team total over minus 110. Minus 110.
Yeah, that's it then. I'm minus 110 up because I fancy the Rams. But obviously, I've got them in my parlay with the Bucks as well.
You are in business, Flash, my man. Thank you so much for rocking with us. We have Flash Rams team total over 27.5. Buccaneers minus 2.5. Buccaneers Rams money line parlay. Vikings money line. Vikings plus 3.5 plus 115. Vikings plus 10.5. Lions minus 1.5. And Flash, tell us what's going on down Bet US.
No, it's an international break this week, so I'm going to be watching a lot of you. The question for you: hockey futures. Who have you got?
Well, I mean, it's you're kind of late to the party here because I have the Ducks to make the playoffs and the Ducks to go over their point total. They look incredible.
No, but who's going to win it? Because you know me, I'll probably
Colorado Avalanche. Colorado Avalanche will win the Stanley Cup this year.
Okay, that's it. See, I've not missed a party. You give me the winner.
No, you're right. I mean, I don't know if they can take it to the bank, but yes, I believe the Colorado Avalanche win the Stanley Cup this year.
Yeah, we have to take it to the bank. Listen, to everyone, go and follow Babano. 20 units of profit. Love that.
Hey, we love you, Flash, my man. There is our guy, Flash, from Bet US, giving us the goods here. I'm going to pop Flash's X handle in the chat. Please support our guy, professional soccer player in the English Premier League. 9 years in the Premier League. What a great guy and a great capper and a great friend of the channel. There is his X handle. Please support our friend Flash. Let's bring on our next guest. I can't wait to see him cook up here, rock with us. The star of VP Smell Good, our hit new show over on Pub Culture TV that we are bringing over to Pub Sports Radio as well. Coming to us from Charm City, Baltimore, Maryland, making his season debut here with us. Please welcome Polo in the house. VP, how are you, my man?
What's up, Jimmy? What's going on, man? Shout out to the chat, man. Everybody in the chat, let's get this money today, man.
Let's get it. We had to start with your squad here. We just heard Flash fading your Baltimore Ravens. Polo, we've already set this one up. How you getting paid?
All right, Jimmy. So I normally don't even bet my team, but today, for the show purposes, I'm gonna just take the Ravens on the spread. I feel like the Ravens, they're in prime position to, just rip off a couple runs, man. Whip off a couple wins. I'm sorry. They're gonna go on a crazy run. I feel like Lamar Jackson, when he's healthy, he's gonna be on some fire, man. Like last week, he didn't run as much. I feel like this week, they're gonna ease him into it, week by week. He's gonna run more and more. But I feel like the Ravens they're in prime position today, man. Ravens do good against the NFC, especially Lamar Jackson. And they got something to prove against the Vikings. Like, yeah, the Vikings looked good last week, so I can see some recency bias stuff going on. But I'm going with the Ravens today, man. But my play that I like the most in this game is Lamar Jackson over 1.5 passing touchdowns at minus 170. Well, I take whatever price you can get. So I want the Ravens spread, and I'm on Lamar Jackson over 1.5 passing touchdowns for this one, man.
I'm going to line shop and get you the best lines available. We got Von Polo making his season debut here on NFL Pub Hub. And we move on to the next spot on the board. And VP, we've had 3 cappers on this show. 3 cappers have given us the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Are you in line, lockstepping with Bobano, Spooner, and Flash? Take it away.
Yeah, man. And I was backstage listening. I'm like, damn, I'm in line with these good guys, man. We all on the same page. I just feel like the Buccaneers coming off this bye, they got time to get a little more healthy, man. Everybody gonna be on the Patriots because they won so many games in a row. That's just what the public gonna be on. But we consider ourselves sharps and handicappers. So hey, man, I feel like the Bucks can get this. I got a 2.5 at -120. I'm willing to take the juice. If you can find me a different number, I'll take that. But I feel like the Bucks are in prime position at home too. Like, come on, man, they don't have that crowd behind them. Baker Mayfield is having like an MVP season, man. Him, Matt Stafford. There's a couple people out there that they are in the MVP conversation, and they some sleepers. But yeah, Jimmy, that's what I like for this one, Jimmy.
The Bucks -2.5.
Yeah, I'm with the boys, man. Everybody on the same page, like the Bucks. I feel like that's the right spot to be on today, man.
Bucks -2.5. We got that for you. The same as our other cappers. Bucks -2.5 is still available at -110 at a couple books, which takes us into afternoon action here. With Von Polo. Lumen Field, Seattle, Washington, 58 Fahrenheit, cloudy, 6-mile-per-hour winds. We've set this one up in Lumen Field. Take it away, Cardinals, Seahawks.
All right, Jimmy, in this spot right here. Now we got the Seahawks. I seen a 7 on my book. I feel like that's a little heavy, man. I don't really want to lay the 7. I feel like they can win the game. Jackson Smith and Jigba. They added a nice piece in the wide receiving core for the trade deadline. Sam Darnold is looking amazing. He always throwing 2 touchdowns. Love Sam Darnold, man. I'm happy for him. But for this one, I can't lay the points. But I am going to take the Seahawks money line, Jimmy, and I put it with the Lions money line and also Bills line, Seahawks money line. I'm sorry, Jimmy. Had to get that. But that's at even money. So Bills line, Seahawks money line parlay. That's my play for this game. I love the Seahawks here, though. Hopefully they can get it done by more than a touchdown, but I'm going to just put them with the money line parlay, and I feel like that's good money, Jimmy.
You are in business here. I'm still line shopping for you to see if I can get the best touchdown prop here. I found cheaper than -170. We're down to -162 for the 1.5 touchdown. I'm going to keep line shopping. You got the Ravens -4.5, -109. The Bucks -2.5 at -110. And then I will pop in this money line parlay, which includes Buffalo, Seattle, and Detroit, which also leads us in to the next spot on the board for you. Rams, Niners, another spot we've already set up. Take it away.
Okay. Hey, man. Like another quarterback that I mentioned earlier is having a crazy year. Like Matt Stafford, 5 touchdowns and 1. Devontae Adams just going crazy for this man. Man, I feel like Matt Stafford, he deserved it as well, too. So, and Puka Nacua is one of my favorite damn players in the league. But for this game, man, I know the line probably moved. I know when I just looked before the show, I got a -5.5 for the Rams. And I like that, man. That's good money. I feel like the Ravens. I feel like the Rams can win this game by at least a touchdown, probably even more. I like Matt Stafford to have a big day. I love Devontae Adams to catch a touchdown. But, official for the show, I'll go, Rams spread. I feel like Matt Stafford, man, he going to put them 49ers in their place, man. They're struggling anyway. So I feel like they're in the prime position to just beat up on a struggling 49ers team that can't really get right. Even though I think Christian McCaffrey is going to go crazy. His receiving yards is like so low for what reason. If y'all want to take a look at that, Christian McCaffrey rushing, receiving, like 120 plus, hey, just know Von Polo told y'all. But yeah, man, for this game, official for the show, shout out Jimmy the Bag, my man. Hey, we are going Rams spread -5.5, but I know it's probably at a 6 now. I think it's all we good. I think it's good all the way up until a 7, man.
We can get you the 5.5 still at -114.
Oh yeah,
so we can get you.
That's what I got too.
Okay, beautiful. And for McCaffrey, is this something we want to look at, rushing receiving, as an official play for you as well?
What can you get for 120, Jimmy?
I will look here because some books aren't offering both together. So I will take a look here. But let's set up our final spot on the board here for Von Polo. And it is also our Sunday nighter. I hope you can join us for some parts of this giant football game at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. Take it away, VP. We've already set this one up.
Okay. All right, Jimmy. My last game. Oh, and then I do have a bonus play that I really do like, but I'll mention that after this because it kind of goes with this. Yeah, man, I'm on the Chargers minus 2.5. I'm on the Chargers. I feel they can get it done in prime time. Everyone's going to be on the still what they did against the very, very good Colts. Colts a real good team, man. And the Steelers made them look crazy last week. But the Steelers, you had to get somebody. You're going to have to get more people involved in this, man. Like I feel like Justin Herbert is prime to have, a good rushing game, even though I am on a play with him, and I'll mention that after this. But yeah, play tonight, prime time, and hopefully I can pop in on the show tonight. I'm gonna see if I ain't too twisted, I can still stumble into the show later. But I am going to be on the Chargers spread. I like the half. I take a 3, but damn, give me the Chargers. I feel like it's good money. They can get it done in prime time, and a lot of people not on them. A lot of people won't be on the Steelers just because of last week, and what they've been doing. But fuck that. Give me the Chargers.
I got you hooked up with the Chargers here, minus 2.5 and minus 114. So before we rock, I'm not getting a together Russian receiving prop from the main offshore. So I have to go to a more public book, and I'm nervous that they're not going to give us a good line here. But let's see what they're offering for McCaffrey rush and receiving here. God, here we go. Longest rush attempts. Let's get the rush and receiving. Here.
Shout out everybody in the chat. Y'all hit that like button, man.
Oh, while I'm looking for this one, talk to us a little bit about the Look Good, Smell Good Squad, our hit new show on Pop Culture TV. While I'm getting this number for you, my man.
Hey, man, if y'all like looking good, y'all like smelling good, I got a bunch of colognes and fragrances surrounding me. Hey, man, y'all want to tap in for that Look Good, Smell Good Squad on Pub Culture TV. Hopefully we bringing it over to Pub Sports Radio real soon. Because if you out here betting these games, you don't want to be smelling fucking funky. Come on, man. You in these sports books at the counter, you want someone to say, "Oh, you smell good." You don't want nobody to be like, "Damn, you stink," but I'm about to cash you out. Come on, man. We showing you how to smell good for a very affordable price. We got designer fragrances, niche fragrances, Middle Eastern, Arabian fragrances. Hey, man, stay tapped in. We showing you how to smell good, man. Be tapped in with KV Smell Good.
Oh, yeah. And I'm going to pop your X handle in the chat, man. Von Polo, the truth, man. We have a 121.5.
I'm taking it, Jimmy.
Okay. I'm going to lock that in here for our guy, Von Polo. There's his X handle. Hit that link. Support our guy.
Jimmy, my last play. I want to go official with this last parlay, too. Justin Herbert and Tua Tagovailoa to throw an interception at plus 220. It was better money last week. Man, these boys been throwing at least 2 interceptions every damn, especially Justin Herbert. Believe it or not, I the last 7 games, he's thrown at least 1 interception in every game except 1. Sometimes he's throwing 2, and you know what Tua doing. He's gonna throw it to the other team. He can cuss for life. I like those too. Like I say, put them together. That's plus 220. Last week, both of those was plus money themselves, but now they negative. Shit. So we're gonna put those 2 together. I got a plus 220. Whatever Jimmy can get for the show, I'm willing to go official with that. But yeah, man, I like that. Justin Herbert and Tua Tagovailoa to throw an interception tonight. Let's do it.
At plus 220. Also, Chargers minus 2.5, minus 114. McCaffrey over 121.5 rush and receiving at minus 115. Rams minus 5.5, minus 114. Buffalo, Seattle, Detroit moneyline parlay at plus 102. Bucks minus 2.5 and minus 110. Ravens minus 4.5, minus 109. Lamar Jackson over 1.5 passing touchdowns minus 162. Our guy Von Polo firing shots across the board to get that cash. VP, thank you so much for your time, man. I love watching you work. Go get that money. Shout out to Von Polo. Hit that link, Von Polo Sports, and support our guy and check out the show on Pop Culture TV. VP, any last words for the cappers supporting the show?
Nah, man, y'all just stay tuned in with me. Y'all can follow me at the X handle, or if you guys are on Instagram, follow me at KV Smell Good. We got 17,000 followers, and we tapped in every day, man.
Oh, respect. There is our guy, Von Polo, in the house. Great segment there. And the Herbert interceptions, especially with Alt not on the offensive line, they're tipped passes. It's not that he's making bad reads and throwing the ball poorly. It's just that he gets pressured more than any other quarterback in the NFL when Alt's not on that line of scrimmage. Let's bring on our next guest. Can't wait to watch him rock. He was with us week 1. We get him back in business. He is our season 1 champion. And now we're in season 5. It's exciting. This show wouldn't be here if it wasn't for our season 1 champion. Please welcome from Ocala, Florida, the big Reggu in the house. Doc, what's happening, man? How are you?
Hey, I smoked Polo all the way down in Florida from Baltimore. I got to hang out with him in AC. What a pleasure. What a joy it was to meet him. Sharp-dressed kid, sharp guy all the way around. So good luck to him in his new venture with you guys. But, hey, let's talk business now. Let's talk shop. Let's talk football.
And that takes us to Minneapolis, U.S. Bank Stadium. Take it away, Doc.
Everybody but their mothers on this game today, right? So, Lamar owes me a lot of cash. Years gone by. It's one of these teams that I love to hate and hate to love, but I'm going to love them today a little bit. There's no question about it. The makeup is good for me here with what he does against a Minnesota team that's, ranked 27th, 26th against the run. Ravens defense is nothing to write home about either, but I think if Flores wants to send the blitz, he's going to pay dearly with Lamar and King Henry in the backfield, and they don't have the big weapons downfield, but they can make the plays, I think, here. So I know the numbers crept up a bunch. We're looking at 4.5 because when I was looking at it, it was like 3.5. So now we're looking at 4.5. So what can you get me on the 3.5 currently?
Currently, the 3.5 is pricey.
Yeah,
-129.
Well, you know what? That doesn't matter because I was going to ladder the shit out of this play anyways, because I think here's the thing. Lamar owns NFC conference opponents, 24-3. The past couple of years, they've been averaging 32 and 34 points per game, respectively. So you know what? I'm gonna say that the defense kind of shows up a little bit today against JJ. So I'm gonna ladder some plays up here with some alt spreads. So I'm gonna go. What do you got on the 4.5 right now?
-109.
All right, so let's do this. Let's go 4.5, 6.5, and 9.5. Ladder them up.
Ooh, -4.5, -6.5, -9.5 ladders for the Ravens. I'm going to line shop for that now. So I
don't want you to work too hard, but
no, it's all good.
I got some numbers on some team totals too with the Ravens. I'm going to take them in the first half. 13.5. -115 and 26.5 for the game, -120. That's the team total. 13.5, -115, 26.5, -120.
Okay, I got you in business there. I got the -6.5 at +119.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna this book, it's very sharp, but it only takes you up to 7. So I'll get another book to give us the 9.5 here for the Ravens. First half team total overs as well here. They're not offering many spots here. Oh yeah, the 13.5. You're gonna be able to there. Okay, we're in business. We have big Reggu hammering, and I mean hammering
5 plays.
Baltimore Ravens here. Let's move on to the next spot on the board for the big Reggu, our our first season, inaugural season champion. Patriots, Buccaneers, another game that's being talked about, Doc. And now you are the 5th capper on the show. The first 4 have all given the Buccaneers -2.5. Are you lockstep?
I got to ride with the crew here, my guy. I got to ride with them. Baker Magic and Raymond James. All the credit to what May has been doing. I think he could possibly win, offensive player of the year the way he's playing right now. And then with a possibility of Baker being the MVP if they keep rolling like they're doing. But it's a short number. I think the books have got their arms open for you to take the Bucks money, later 2.5 at home, which, I know why, because I've seen what they've been spectacular on the road, New England, what they've been accomplishing here. But I think the difference maker here is going to be that Bucks run defense and the schemes that they're going to put together on the defensive side. So dangerous spot, nonetheless. Seems like a cheap buy-on spot for the Bucks, which I got, if I lay away from it, I'd kick myself in the ass for not taking it. So I've got to take the Bucs at home in Baker here, and I'm going to take under 23.5 team total for the Pats.
Patriots team total under 23.5, as well as the Bucs minus 2.5. You are in business there, which brings us to the number. Let's just quickly see if I can beat that Patriots team total under. We got you the plus 168, by the way, on the 9.5.
Okay.
As well. The Buccaneers team total, the Patriots team total under is, yes, that 23.5 as well. Did you get, I got minus 114. Can you beat that?
Yeah, it's good. Go with the 114.
Okay, you are in business. Reggu firing away, which takes us. So we've got 7 bets through 2 games, and now we move on to the final spot on the board that Doc is attacking, unless we have a little teaser magic at the end.
Yeah, I got a little teaser.
As always,
I got one more play before we get done too.
Okay, beautiful. I love it. All right, Rams Niners. We already set this one up. Take it away.
Yeah, I mean, what's to say here? Week 5, decimated Niner team playing in the no home field advantage Rams Stadium. They wrote them off for dead there. But if you look at the history on these teams, so let's start out with the coaching matchup. McVay and Shanahan, right? Cut from the Mike Shanahan cloth. These guys are inside each other's head each play, day in, day out. They can swap bodies and pretty much run the team. So these guys know each other very, very well. With all the injuries said that the Niners have had, with the number pulling away here, going in the Rams directions. I'm a big home team dog guy. Always have been, always will be. I'll skip the Vikings for the aberration here, but I think if you look at the history on these two teams when they played each other, Super Bowl years in and out, whatever, injuries in and out, whatever, they've always been dog games. The underdog, with the exception, you go back to 22, the dog is covered in each one of these games, with the exception of one time. I think the Niners got it done, and they've always split too, by the way. So I mean, the Rams have already won here. Do I think the Rams will probably win? I think they win the game, but I think the 6 is a little too rich. I don't care. I like the Niners catching the points here. Let it keep going up. I think they stay within the 1 score, even though they're, like I said, they're beat up. And I know we got Jones going again today. Jones can run the offense, and I think they keep it close. I think the Rams win on the side, but don't be surprised if the Niners don't pull off another upset here. But usually it's a split year in, year out, so that puts me on the Rams there. But the number, I'm taking the plus points here, so I think it's too many points.
49ers plus 6 at minus 110 here.
Side note on that game too, they got the Rams are going with a new kicker this game because I think they benched Cardi. He's like missed more field goals and extra points than anybody in the league. They bring in Mizzou kicker Harrison Mavis, first NFL start, 245 pounder.
I didn't know that. You are in business here, Doc. What did you want to add?
Okay, I want to circle back to the Ravens game.
Sure.
If I'm going to burn if I'm going to go up in flames, I'm going to go up in flames with the Ravens. I'm going to take the Ravens in the first half too.
Ravens
minus 2.5, I think it was. I don't know what it is now, but it was like minus 122, 120, 125.
Let's get this for you right here. The Ravens first half, and we can get you the Ravens first half. It's expensive. It's minus 2.5 is minus 131, minus 3 is minus 110.
Yeah, give it to me, man. Give it to me.
All right.
And then I'm going to throw a little teaser action if you got the right number on this game.
Yes, we have it's a 4.5 here. What would you add?
I want to know what's the number on the Eagles game, the nightcapper, the Monday nighter.
That is a 1.
That is a flat 1. Okay.
Yeah.
I will be off of that game with the teaser.
Okay. All right. We have Doc making 6 moves on Ravens Vikings. Ravens minus 4.5, 6.5, 9.5, minus 109, plus 119, and plus 168, respectively. Ravens first half team total over 13.5, minus 115. Full game team total over 26.5, minus 120. Ravens first half minus 2.5, minus 131, attacking the Baltimore Ravens. Attacking the Vikings with the Ravens. Patriots team total under 23.5, minus 114. Bucks minus 2.5, minus 110. 49ers plus 6 at minus 110 for the big Reggu back in business with us. And you can catch Doc's Friday night college football breakdowns alongside DJ Big Boss over at Who Bangin' Sports Talk, our great friends over there. Here is Doc's X handle. Doc, tell us what's going on the sauce.
Like you said, we had a little band Friday, so we laid off the show live Friday. We'll be back live next week, and then your guy Wine, our guy Wine, he's going to join us, and we'll be back on. I might do like a little live nightcap action with either tonight or Monday night.
I love it, Doc. Thank you so much for your time, my man. Thank you for rocking with us.
My pleasure.
Big Reggu in the house. Any last words for the Capper supporting the show?
Catch some big guys. Let's fucking go.
There he is, the big Reggu in the house. Let's bring on our next guest here, rocking with us. We haven't had him since week 4. Currently 4-3 plus 1.08 units. On week 4, he went 3-1 plus 2.08 units to get into the black. We are excited to have him back in business. Please welcome the star of the Locker Room Talk podcast, our guy, Billy Brisbane in the house. Brizzy, what's good, man? How are you?
I'm doing good, man. I'm excited for today's action. I got a lot of bets on this slate, so let's get right into it.
We have New England, Tampa Bay as your first spot on the board. Brizzy, take it away, your plan of attack.
Yeah, this one here is the same game parlay of Baker Mayfield 200-plus passing yards, Tez Johnson 40-plus receiving yards, and New England, Tampa Bay all over 40.5 total points, and that was plus 168.
Plus 168. Mayfield 200-plus. Johnson, what was Johnson's number at?
40-plus receiving yards.
40-plus receiving yards, and the over 40.5 plus 168. Touch on it.
Baker top 10 in deep completions of 20-plus yards. New England bottom 3 in defending the pass. I mean, New England's been putting up some numbers of recent, but they have allowed the most running back targets. Tampa Bay have allowed the second highest yards per reception towards the running backs across the last month. So this has like all the ingredients for an over. And then for Tez Johnson, his snap rate continues to tick up. Deep ball threat down the field here, 18.7 yards per reception, 15 targets over the last 2 games, favorable matchup. Since week 4, New England has put up 23 points per game, 29.5 points per game over the last 5. So there's a lot of things that could drive for the total to go over. I like the Tez Johnson receiving yard prop as a straight bet if you wanted to take that at 43.5 at minus 114. And then I also like the Baker player props, but I definitely think this is a passing yards type of spot for him. The Bucs run game looked very suspect against the Saints last week.
We roll on to the next spot on your board. So we've started with Mayfield, 200-plus passing yards, Johnson, 40-plus receiving yards, and over 40.5. Shout out to Dabby Cab, who's jumped backstage to help with the producing. Very, very helpful, Dabby. Thank you, man. Takes pressure off. We have Baltimore, Minnesota next up for you. Take it away, Brizzy.
Yeah, this one's going to be quick. This is a part of a quarterback player prop parlay, and this is the first leg. Lamar Jackson, 2+ passing touchdowns. When I was doing some research this week, the more and more you look into Lamar this week, the more and more you're going to like the spot for him. Minnesota leads in blitz rate. Lamar top 3 versus the blitz. Minnesota have allowed the most expected points per attempt per play towards the quarterback position. So I like the spot here for Lamar. And then I'm not a big trends guy, but this trend kind of stuck out to me. Lamar's passing touchdown prop for overs has been the most profitable QB trend, over in 13 of his last 15 games. So I like the spot here for Lamar Jackson. And then that leads into the second spot here, which is in the Rams and 49ers game.
Let's move over to Rams, 49ers. So what was the first leg of this, though? Jackson over?
2+ passing touchdowns.
Over 1.5 passing touchdowns is the first leg. And then we get to San Francisco, Santa Clara. Take it away.
Yep. And then the second leg of this parlay is going to be Matthew Stafford, 2+ passing touchdowns at plus 112 there. So a quarterback player prop parlay of Lamar Jackson, 2+ passing touchdowns, and Matthew Stafford, 2+ passing touchdowns. And then I do have a straight bet here in this game, and it's going to be Davante Adams, anytime touchdown here at minus 130. Leads the NFL in red zone scores. Once the Rams get inside the 20-yard line, 81% of their touchdowns have came via pass. So that's another reason why I kind of like the Stafford passing touchdowns. And then a little narrative street here. Davante Adams is 1 touchdown away from passing Tony Gonzalez in the all-time touchdown standings, and I think he does it this week. 49ers do a good job of containing wide receiver 1s, and they kind of let the wide receiver 2s get open. So Davante Adams, anytime touchdown, minus 130.
You are in business here with Davante Adams, anytime touchdown, minus 130. Let's move on to your next spot on the board. Takes us to Landover, Maryland, Lions, Commanders. What's your plan of attack?
Last play of the day. This is like the DFS play of the day. This is if you wanted to play. I'm not a big receiving and rushing yards prop type of person, but it's definitely on the table for this one. Jahmyr Gibbs, anytime touchdown, minus 145. Throughout Gibbs' 3 seasons in the NFL, he hasn't gone back-to-back weeks without a touchdown since weeks 12 and 13 of his rookie season. Sonic and Knuckles were held out of the end zone last week, but this Washington Commanders defense has been one I've been trying to target, oldest defense in the league. Jahmyr Gibbs has scored 6 touchdowns in 8 games this season, 4 games with 31+ receiving yards. Washington, they give up big chunk plays to the receiving back, so I think it's going to be a receiving touchdown for Jahmyr Gibbs specifically, but anytime touchdown, minus 145.
Anytime touchdown, minus 145 for Jahmyr Gibbs. At Davante Adams, anytime touchdown, minus 130. Lamar Jackson over 1.5 passing touchdowns, tied in with Stafford over 1.5 passing touchdowns at plus 112. Then we have the Bucks, SGP, Mayfield 200+ passing yards, Johnson 40+ receiving yards, and over 40.5 alt line at plus 168 for our guy Brizzy. Excellent work, Brizzy, my man. I'm gonna pop your X handle here in the chat. Tell us a little bit about what's to come with the Locker Room Talk podcast this Tuesday.
Yeah, big week this upcoming week, pay-per-view week, Madison Square Garden. You already know what it is, Pub Sports Radio. Let's get to some cash today. To Tuesday's the Locker Room Talk podcast. Make sure you guys tune in, and you guys can follow me over at Billy Briz, DFS ever on IG, at Getting Bills ever on X. Shouts to everybody in the chat. Enjoy you guys' day. I would read over the chat, but time is of the essence.
Brizzy, thank you for all your hard work, my man. I'm gonna pop Brizzy's X handle here in the chat. Our guy Billy Brisbane in the house. Let's roll on to our next guest. He ran with us last week 5, sitting here 4-4 on the year. Week 5, he went 3-2 plus 0.95 units. Just needs one big week to fire into this top 5 as he's so accustomed to doing. Star of the Prime Cut play of the day, star of the Surf and Turf play of the day, coming to us from Cali. We head out west. Please welcome our guy, the Sweaty Butcher in the house. Sweaty Butcher, what's happening, man? How are you?
Good, Jimmy. How you guys doing?
We are doing well here. I've just added 3 bets to my action, by the way. Dolphins plus 8 and minus 110 over at 365. And I have bet both unders in Cleveland, New York Jets now. I'm now on the Cleveland, New York Jets first half under 18.5 and full game under 37.5. And I'm close to moving on unders in your first game. It is New York Giants at the Chicago Bears, Soldier Field in Chicago, Illinois. You know, we watched these two teams have very, very high scoring games last week, and the total made no sense. I feel like I'm just late to the party here. This game will go down to who can run the ball better, or more importantly, who can defend the run better. And take it away, Sweaty Butcher, your plan of attack.
Yeah, I broke this game down into quarters and halves just to see what these guys are doing. And the Giants have been putting up a little bit of points in the first half this season. Last 5 games are 4-1 to their over 9.5. And I think it's a spot here where they could get it done against this Bears defense that gave up a zillion points last week. I think they're a little bit tired too, but I got the Giants over 9.5 first half. Like I said, they've been running that all year. They're 6-3 on the year, 4-1 the last 5 games. They're sticking to the script at the beginning of these games, and they're getting it done. I don't see why they couldn't do it here. 10 points seems doable for these Giants, so I'm on them at over 9.5. I think 115 minus 115. I got that.
We have the Giants first half team total over 9.5. This will keep getting better, I would imagine, as this total keeps dropping. But yes, I can get that 9.5 right now at minus 116. Do you see a 115 in front of you?
No. Yesterday when I had it down, when I looked at the plays, it was minus 115. But whatever you could give me, that's fine.
116, 1 cent off here for the Sweaty Butcher, which takes us into a bet I just made. We head to Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens, Florida. We have 81 Fahrenheit, chance of showers, 6-mile-per-hour winds. We've had this line move towards the Miami Dolphins, and I just bet them +8 at minus 110. Could have had them 9.5 earlier. There was 3 sides that I was close to moving on, and I didn't move on the others. It was the Miami Dolphins. It was the Arizona Cardinals, and what was the Miami Dolphins, Arizona Cardinals. And there was one other spot that I was close to. Let me go back to my action, but only the Dolphins I've moved on. Take it away for us here, Sweaty Butcher, your plan of attack.
Yeah, I try to look for some value with the Bills here. I don't know. I think I'm not sure how close this game is. I feel like it's going to get a little bit out of hand, but I could be wrong. It's a divisional game, and those things always get a little bit messy. But I found the Bills to win both halves was plus 130 this morning. At first, I thought it was a double result, and then I looked farther into it after you corrected me on that, and it is for them to win both halves. So basically, they got to score more than the Dolphins in both halves to win that bet. So that's where I went. I got plus 130 on that. I like it. I like the Bills to run here. I think Josh Allen has a good game. He usually tears it up against these guys. So I know Dolphins, those guys still fighting for their jobs and leaving it all out on the field, everything they can, but I just don't think there's levels to this, and the Bills are just beyond that.
Yeah, it's very questionable. I mean, they kept McDaniels, they fired Greer, the general manager. Jalen Phillips gone. Whether he wanted to be there or not, it's a question. For me, it's just I like your action. Now we kind of you don't want to be up 25-0 or 26-0 after the first half.
No.
Your bet. You want the Dolphins to be in the game in the first half.
Yeah.
You require the Bills to keep pressing.
Yes. Yeah. I'm okay with you hitting that +8, because that means, hopefully, like I said, Bills winning by 3 or 4 in the first half, and they win by 3 or 4 in the second half is fine with me,
Yeah, no, we want the Dolphins to be in the game at halftime. That's the chance there.
Yeah,
Mark Nick says 20 minutes till kickoff. Bills win both halves for the Sweaty Butcher. Giants first half team total over 9.5. Now, I know that one of the spots you were going to attack was on this Berlin game. Is there anything else you have on your card today?
Yeah, I did add one. I'll add it to this too. Since I dug into this both halves winners, I checked the Ravens game too, and I get plus 210 for the Ravens to win both halves. No, I grabbed that too. So Ravens. I'll put that on my card too. That's a nice little chunk plus money there. If I could hit that, it'll get me right in that top 5 there.
Ravens win both halves at plus 210 here for the Sweaty Butcher. Back in business with us. We haven't had him on as much on our live streams because he's coaching high-level youth baseball that both of his sons are starring in, and we love that you're doing that for the community and for the young minds.
All day.
Yeah,
all day.
A ton of respect for that. We have so many of our friends and colleagues here on the channel coaching youth sports, and it's so important to lead our young athletes and young minds into the future. Sweaty Butcher, I just popped your X handle in the chat. Please hit that link and support our guy Sweaty Butcher. My man, any last words for the Capper supporting the show?
No, let's go get that cash. My baseball season's coming to an end next week, so I'll be able to join you guys a lot more. And let's go have a great Sunday, guys. Let's do it.
Respect. There he is, the sweaty butcher in the house. We move on to our final guest here of the show before Dabby Cab joins us and blesses our action and maybe has a best bet, whether it be on the gridiron or college basketball, we will have to see. But let's bring on our next guest. He opened the season with a monstrous week 2, a huge week 2, as our next guest goes for big scores and he gets them. He did not get them in week 3. He's back in business with us. Now, his record is 10-15, but he's down just 0.99 units because he goes for big scores. And there's big scores on tap for him today. Please welcome our guy Kong's Clips in the house. Kong, what's good, man? How are you?
Jimmy, happy Sunday, brother. How's it going?
Good, man. It's great to see you. I love having you rocking with us, Kong. Let's get right to work here. We're 17 minutes before kickoff, and we go to Bills Dolphins. Now, you have different action here. I don't want you to set up the parlay because we'll set up the parlay with the next game. And Cabby, the next game's Rams-Niners, but I want to start with the player prop and then talk about the first half of your parlay here. So player prop and first half of the parlay in any order that you choose, my man. Take it away.
Roger that. Player prop. I'm on Dalton Kincaid. Anytime touchdown. This is Josh Allen's safety blanket. I know he's got some other receivers that he likes to get the ball to. But Dalton Kincaid is that blanket for him. I had Dalton Kincaid last week at a big number, and they come right back with the big number again this week. Josh Allen loves throwing the ball to his tight ends. Before Kincaid entered the fold, it was Dawson Knox that I was getting paid on all the time. But now it's Dalton Kincaid, and Josh Allen loves to throw him the ball. And the thing with Kincaid is that it doesn't have to be a first and goal from the 5. As we seen last week, he can hit Kincaid from the 25 or 30-yard line, and Kincaid's going to find the end zone. Big number. I got it at plus 280 yesterday. I seen this morning on one of the books that it dropped. Not sure what the number is on 365, but the plus 280 was on 365 yesterday. I think it's good money, bro.
I will line shop for you. You also have this as the first leg of a two-game parlay that we're going to talk about. This is the first half of it. Touch on the first half.
Kind of like Sweaty Butcher said, Buffalo to win both halves, but I got the double result. I think it's going to be a blowout. I think the Bills get up big here and hold on to the lead. They got a great running back in James Cook. It's good at holding on to the leads for them. I just think the Bills get up kind of big in the first half and coast. I do think Miami could be live for the back door with the way the Bills play sometimes, how they get up and they just try to hold on to the lead. I think Buffalo double result here is probably the best play on this game.
Bills double result is the first leg of a 2-leg parlay. But in our next game, we also have an individual bet. But start with the plan, just so you can go into both. The second leg of the Buffalo double result parlay, and you have an individual bet in Rams, San Francisco 49ers. We head to Santa Clara, California. Take it away, my man.
All right. To get some plus money on the Bills double result, I thought the Rams was probably the best play on the board this week. Love the way this team's playing. I tied the LA Rams money line to the Buffalo Bills double result for plus 130. Like I said, just to get some plus money out of it. This team's playing great. Devontae Adams looks like the star he was a few years back. Stafford's finding him in the end zone. This team's clicking, and I love your futures on the Rams. It's looking mighty beautiful.
It is. Of course, Stafford's been healthy all year. So we wake up every morning and we bless Stafford's health for another day. That's the nerves. It's all about his back and him holding up. But he's playing MVP quality. So we have Buffalo double result with the Rams money line at plus 130 and the Rams double result here for our guy Kong's Clips, which leads us to another 2-leg parlay for Kong, looking for that plus money. How do you get plus money? And we head to Northwest Stadium in Landover, Maryland for Lions Commanders for our next spot on the board. So just start with the first half of this next 2-leg parlay.
All right. Back to the double result we go. Detroit Lions, double result. Looking into this team, man, there were some words that come out from Jared Goff this week. Goff said that they remember getting put out of the playoffs last year by Washington. I think they come in here and I think they blow up the spot. I think they're going to put up a big number. Give me the Lions double result as the first half of this parlay.
And when we head to Lumen Field in Seattle, Washington for the second leg of this 2-leg parlay that starts with Detroit double result. So we head to Seattle for the second leg. Take it away.
Yeah. Again, just to get some plus money, I'm on the Seattle money line this week with the Detroit Lions double result. This Seattle defense has been playing great. Last week, watching the Seattle game, how they just put boots to ass in the first half. It was a beautiful thing to see. This Seattle team is finding their groove. I do worry a little bit about the groove that Arizona has found, but all good things must come to an end. And I think the Arizona Cardinals good thing comes to an end this week when they play Seattle defense.
Detroit double result, Seattle money line tied together at plus 121. Now we go into player props. Now you've already heard the Kincaid anytime touchdown at plus 280. The second player prop for an anytime touchdown, we head to US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Minnesota Vikings hosting the Baltimore Ravens. Take it away, Kong, my man.
All right. Lamar Jackson comes back last week. And he gets back to his basics, man. He starts finding Mark Andrews again. We was on this last year a lot, the Andrews-Jackson connection. I think Lamar Jackson's going to start to simplify his passing offense again. And when I say that, I mean last year it was Mark Andrews a lot when they get down in the red zone. Mark Andrews is that sure-handed tight end that's going to make the catch when Zay Flowers is covered. I'm on Mark Andrews for an anytime touchdown at plus 170.
Mark Andrews anytime touchdown at plus 170. He's already given out the Kincaid anytime touchdown at plus 280. So we get to our final touchdown prop, and we are also tying all of these props together for a parlay that pays just under 38 to 1. But we'll get into that when we hear the final spot on the board. Giants Bears dealing with heavy winds at Soldier Field, and I've just bet the unders in both games. I was almost not going to do it because I'd missed the line and missed the moment, but I did move on it late, and we'll see if that burns me here. Take it, and we have a final score. It's a bad start to the week for me. We have a final score of 31-25, overtime victory for the Colts. So the plus 6.5 cashed for the Falcons. The plus 6 is push. Tough break there. Take it away here for us, Kong, your player prop, anytime touchdown in Giants Bears.
Yeah. So we got some heavy wins. There's going to be a lot of running the ball here. I'm on Theo Johnson, anytime touchdown. We seen him get a touchdown last week. I think he's going to start being one of the number ones for Jackson Dart when they need some yards. Theo Johnson's big tight end. I look for Jackson Dart to run the ball like he does. But I think once they get down into the red zone, he's going to need his target, and it's going to be Theo Johnson in the end zone again this week.
And even in windy conditions, when we get down to the goal line, that big body of Theo and his connect, and he's got a clear connection with Jackson Dart. So, I mean, that can still be in play despite the wins. So,
Exactly.
yeah, without a doubt. And then Kincaid, Andrews, Johnson together, 3-player parlay plus 3,798, just under 40 to 1, plus 3,798. Nuke Worker says 3 hours for a fucking push, man. I know, Nuke. Hey, Nuke, don't worry. We got tons of action ahead of us. Kickoff 1 p.m. coming here shortly. We have Kong's clips in the house. Kong is on Buffalo Bills double result and Rams money line together at plus 130. And he's got the Kincaid touchdown. Then he's got Rams double result alone at even money. Then he's got the Lions double result and I didn't already. Oh, no. Lions double result and Seahawks money line together at plus 121. Mark Andrews, anytime touchdown. Theo Johnson, anytime touchdown. Kong, as I record and track your results through the times we've known each other, you are wild roller coaster ride, man. The extreme highs, and then sometimes there's misses of the same extremes, but it is not for the faint of heart. The way our guy Kong's clips caps, he caps for big scores. Could get one here this very evening, this very afternoon and evening. Kong, thank you so much for rocking with us, my man. I'm gonna pop your X handle here in the chat. Kong, thank you for your time, energy, and angles. Any last words for the cappers supporting the show, my man?
Well, let's have a day. Hit the like button. Love you guys. Appreciate you for having me. Kong, I'm out.
There is Kong's clips. Truth Teller in the house as well. Great to see you. Truth. No, my dude, he's out of town here for a couple weeks, so we won't have LJ back in business on our show here for 2 weeks, but he'll be back soon. Let's do a review of all action, but let's see if we get a best bet in here. Might be college basketball, might be on the gridiron. Let's find out. Please welcome the star of the tailgate who came in here to take some of the stress and pressure off me of the producing with the graphics, and it's very helpful. Our friend, the Magic Man, Dabby Cab in the house. Dabby, how are you?
Oh man, I'm good, Jimmy. College basketball is my favorite thing. Football is king, I get it, but college basketball is my favorite thing. I'm a little frustrated. I started 5-1 week 1, and I should have gone 2-0 yesterday, but I stayed off and focused on college football. Not making that mistake today. I got a bet, and we're going to cash it.
I love it, Dabby Cab. You fight the good fight, my friend, and excellent work to start out the season on Betting with the Bag as well. Talk to us. Best bet. We have 5 minutes till 1 p.m. Where are you taking us?
I got you. Look, and I know people in the chat like to say something every time I bring up A&M, but guess what? We went 2-0 again on the bets on A&M this week in college football, Jimmy. That brings the record just over 70% on bets that I've made on A&M this year, and I've made several of them. So now we're going to college basketball. I'm going to teach you a new term real quick, Jimmy, and everybody in the chat. Bucky Ball, okay? Bucky Ball. We got a new coach at A&M. Buzz Williams is gone. He's gone to Maryland. Maryland lost their first home game in like fucking 958 years or something like that. Suck it, Buzz Williams. He took some of the recruits from A&M that were supposed to come in, just extremely shady on his way out. We're good. We don't need your lackluster offense and fucking 25-point first halves anymore. A&M is more aggressive this year. They're going to be a much more high-octane offense, and they're going to take on Oklahoma State, who, let's be honest, there is residuals of a good program for Oklahoma State. But when I say residuals, I mean like the weed that's stuck on the bottom of my grinder, because last year they weren't even competitive at all. So there's a lot of hope for this team in Oklahoma State this year, and everybody's saying, oh, we got Coleman. Oh, we're going to be so much better this year. Look, they got a few players. Their goal is to compete. Their goal is not to be a tournament team. Sure, on the wall it says we're going to make the tournament, but in reality, their goal is to be competitive this year. And I think they might do that. But this is a situation where you got a bunch of players for A&M like Williams, who was on that Final Four team for Alabama a couple years ago. He had a down season at Kansas last year, but I don't hold that against anyone because Kansas was dog shit. Dickinson really ran the program and took the ball out of people's hands. They got another player, Pop Isaac. I'm sure you can remember him at Tech. They got a lot of players that have been there, done that, whereas Oklahoma State's new. So I think A&M comes into Oklahoma State, wins this game. Maybe Oklahoma State stays competitive. And if they do, I think that's a win for them. So I love betting something where I think the best they can do is be competitive in the game.
I love it. Dabby Cab making moves. A&M -2.5, and that is the over 173.5.
I'm not on the over. I just put that there for like graphic purposes.
Oh, so it is just Texas A&M -2.5.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I do the spread, like when I have to rush them, I just put it by the team that's favored and then put the over under at the end.
Sure, my man. Dabra Cadabra in the house on A&M in hoops here this afternoon. Let's do a review of all action here, Dabby. Stay with me here. Thank you to our guests, Bobano, Spooner, Flash, Von Polo, Big Reggu, Billy Brisbane, Sweaty Butcher, Kongs, Clips. Let's talk about the action here with 3 minutes till kickoff. I have Jacksonville, Houston, first half under 18.5, full game under 38. I think that's my favorite bet on the board, Malik. I mean, I've got the Rams -3 and -132. That's a 6 now. So I like that. I think my best bet on the board actually is Philadelphia, Green Bay, first half under 22.5. I love that spot. And we'll look and expect to cash in live bet the over. But the best bet really with the market is I beat that line move heavily in New Orleans, Carolina, and unders in first half full game. I got the 40. It's 38 or 37.5 at some books. And it opened at 42.5. I didn't. You could get better than what I got. And I'm on the first half under 20 up. I also have this money line parlay, Ravens, Lions, Rams. Ravens, Lions, Rams at +174. The 5 bets I added, and I'm comfortable with the situation. I should have moved on the Giants, Bears earlier. I knew that the total was low for a reason. Everybody early would look at the overs because of all the points that were scored last week. And then the weather was just wreaking havoc. The books moved it down so low. I hope I didn't screw myself, but I did add 5 bets. Dolphins +8, -110. Cleveland, New York Jets, first half under 18.5, full game under 37.5. New York Giants, Chicago, first half under 22.5, full game under 45. There is the additions here. Nasty Nate saying, is Dalton Kincaid out? I mean, we didn't get any of that wasn't part of their let's just quickly find out. We didn't get that in our notes. No. Kincaid's all good. Unless something just happened. Unless something happened on the field in practice. Let us know if that happened. We have Taylor. Oh, that's already come to fruition. We have for stacks play today from Justin McKelvey, Achan over 101.5 rushing receiving yards. Ian Cameron's on the Browns money line, Saints +5.5, the over 48.5 in Baltimore, Minnesota. Baltimore, Seattle money line parlay. Tampa Bay -2.5. Every person on our show on Tampa Bay, nobody on the Patriots, and we heard that game over and over and over again. That's wild. Over 47.5 in New England, Tampa, much to Nasty Nate's chagrin, I imagine.
If I was Jose, I'd be like, okay, Jimmy, go ahead and make it official for me. I'm on the Patriots. I'm not Jose, though, so I'll stay off.
Man Bear Big says Dolphins roll, and Nasty Nate says he's on the Pats heavy. No, we don't know. He was just asking. Kincaid, there's no unless something just happened on the play in the practice field. He's fine. Over 44.5 in Arizona, Seattle. Lions -7. Lions double result for Bobano and Rams team total over 27.5 -110. Spooner gave us the Browns -2, Giants +4.5, Buccaneers -2.5, Chargers -2.5, Eagles money line. Flash is the only one on the other side. He's on. Oh, and look at my dudes on Patriots. Took the alt line +3.5. I get it. That's your play today, my dude. Respect. Then we have Vikings money line, Vikings +3.5 at +115, and a teaser Vikings +10.5, Lions -1.5, -120. That's for Flash. Coin on Houston team total under 17.5. Shakir anytime touchdown. Pittsburgh first half money line +125. Can't wait for our live stream tonight, man. Buccaneers -2.5, Bucks Rams money line parlay, and Rams team total over 27.5 for Flash. Von Polo making his season debut. Lamar Jackson over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Rams -4.5. Bucks -2.5. Buffalo, Seattle, Detroit moneyline parlay at +102. So the only difference there is I have Baltimore in there and he has Seattle. That's the only difference of our 3 legs. And then he's on the Rams -5.5, -114. McCaffrey over 121.5 rushing receiving. Chargers -2.5. And then he's got the Herbert Tagovailoa interception parlay, which we really hope is live for our live stream tonight. VP going to jump on with us. Big Reggu in the house. And Bam Bear Pig says Ravens definitely. I don't give a fucking shit what the spread is. Play of the day. Listen to what Reggu did. Ravens -4.5 -109. Ravens -6.5 +119. Ravens -9.5 +168. Ravens first half team total over 13.5. Ravens full game team total over 26.5. Ravens first half -2.5. Big Reggu, Doc going all in. Patriots team total under 23.5, Bucks -2.5, and the 49ers +6. Brizzy, Mayfield 200+ passing, Johnson 40+ receiving, and over 40.5. That's +168. Then he's on Lamar Jackson over 1.5 passing touchdowns, Stafford over 1.5 passing touchdowns, +112. Devontae Adams, anytime touchdown. Gibbs, anytime touchdown. Sweaty Butcher, Giants first half team total over 9.5. Bills to win both halves at plus 130. Ravens to win both halves at plus 210. Then Kong just gave us Buffalo double result with the Rams money line. That's together at plus 130. Kincaid, anytime touchdown, plus 280. Then he's got the Rams double result plus 100. Lions double result plus the Seahawks money line plus 121. And then Mark Andrews, anytime touchdown. Theo Johnson, anytime touchdown. He tied them together. And then Dabby Cab gave us Texas A&M minus 2.5 in college basketball.
That nugget. I got one more, Jimmy. Indiana Marquette, they probably already tipped or they're about to tip. I really wanted to take Indiana because I think there is a huge size disadvantage for Marquette. Why I didn't is because I think Marquette might jump out early. Shaka Smart is a coach who does not hit the transfer portal. He's only had one player come in from the transfer portal back in like 2022 or something like that. He just doesn't do it, but he still made the tournament 4 years in a row. So he's a good coach. So I think Marquette might be up early, but I think the size of Indiana comes in. So if Marquette is up early, I will hit Indiana live for anybody that's, got their eyes on stuff.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you all for rocking with us here today, Dabby. Thank you for hustling so hard to get into the studio to help ease the stress of producing this show, which is great. It was a little easier because we didn't have the records up. I thought I was going to have to be balancing the records, which did not.
It's not easy. When I have to do it on Mondays and I'm smoking a joint, man, I am lost in this media asset stuff.
I feel you. It is kickoff time right now. Thank you guys so much for supporting us here at Pub Sports Radio. I will see you guys tonight on our live stream. I cannot wait. This is my Saturday night. This is when I get to let loose and relax. So I can't wait for tonight. I have not sent in Pops' action on the Steelers, so we've got some added layers of. I haven't bet the Chargers individually. I don't know if I need to. I haven't even made him an official pick yet. Just haven't sent in Pops' action is all. Andrew, Big Zo, Action Jackson, Harold Williams, the Truth Teller, Justin McKelvey, Star of the Stacks, Play of the Day, Man, Bear, Pig. We have a great group here rocking with us. Joseph Gomez, Chill Will. Shout out to your son, Lil Domo. I love rocking with you guys, man. Vincent Hawkins, Big Daddy Boom, Mark, Nick. What a great group. Coin, My Dude, Nasty Nate, Aaron Gaza, Sweaty Butcher. Thank you for rocking with us on screen. Malik Oberon, nice to see you back in business, man. Great to see all you guys. C Dollar, all of you guys. Go out there. Get that money. You've put in the work. It's all about how much work you put into things, man. You get into life. You get out of life what you put into it. Dabby Cab, thank you for your hustle, man. I'll get my my hands on the ones and twos to bring on our guy LJ from H-Town to close this out. So without further ado, Dabby, bless our action, my man, and send us into the future.
Oh, man. Hey, you guys know how it goes here with the bag. Let's get paid. And what is it? Leche Los Bookmakers? Is that it or more to it?
No,
I know it's Leche.
That's it, man.
Yeah, Leche Los Bookmakers, baby. Get those teats. Let's go.
From down south, where we ride on flair. From down south, where we ride on flair. From down south, where we ride on flair. From down south, where we ride on flair.
Pub Sports Radio's the crew, that's a fact. We all about bread, making bank accounts fat. Who the hell is that? LJ from the H. I stack green like Boston. Shout out to Nasty Nate. From down south, where we ride on slab. 420 highway smoking with that boy Dabby Cab. Fly out to Denver for the Nugget fans so we can smoke out J Money, cause you know that's our mans. Us against the bookies, put money in our pockets. Fly out to Vegas, meet up with Ski Crockett. Hit the sports books, we got money to stack. Can't forget them college picks with that boy Conor Mack. Call up Dutch boy, cause you know we stay fresh. What's the strain of the day, homie? Watch the daily sesh. Roll up a paper plane, light up a Sparky. If I need a strikeout prop, we gon' holler at Sharpie. Cross over to the West Coast and holler at Fam. If we talking NBA, I got to hit Trot Wham. Always tapping in, money's what we trust. If I need a team total, gotta hit Nut Plus, cause I'm fishing for bait. Smoking straight to the chest. Gotta fly out to the Beta, homie, Moose Money Bets. From Brooks to West, cash and checks what we do. Cause I'm who banging with balls in the OG Reggu. do. If we need it under, I gotta hit Noli Knowles. If I land on my prop, I gotta holler Big Show. Now we back to the East Coast for Nicky Fish tanks. We watching UFC, keeping money in the bank. Die Hard and Danny Betts and the whole damn crew. Nick's the only guy I know can drink a brew or buy his shoe, but hey, that's what he do. It is what it is. I can't forget that Jersey boy, that homie Billy Briz. If I need an ice pick, I go to Ontario, holler my ice guy, Ian Bobano. And if I need some advice in trying to cash, tune into Peter Loshak and Jimmy the Bad. And hit that like button, make sure that you smash it. The famous words of razor sharp picks, cash it. I'm on my poker shit, stacking my chips. If we ever lose a bet, man, we never gon' trip. Cause I'm Mike Knight M, pimp slap player of the day. Ron Crawford spreadsheet, what more can you say? It's how we stay paid each and every day. Can't forget about the producer, say, hey, Jose. Tell your mother, your father, your son, and your daughter. Cause nothing's going down without the Don Jeff Slaughter. All you low baggers, hold it down in the chat. If you missed all that, the remix will be back. Yeah.